Christian to dive in and chat to us as well. Eddie, you go wherever you like. There's no rules on the F1 forum, which is quite nice. Well done, Mark and Sebastian. Two very different races. You know, Mark had an issue there at the very start, and then he worked his way through the field, whereas Sebastian did what he likes to do and sort of a bit of run and hide and just be totally consistent and stay out the front. You must be really happy.
Yeah, I think for us, from a team performance point of view, this weekend has been one of the strongest weekends that we've ever had, to be honest with you, after the difficulties of yesterday in qualifying with the weather, the tyre issues sort of overnight and concerns at the start of the race, and the way the whole race panned out. I think, you know, for us it was a phenomenal weekend. So and quite a tricky, and I've got nearly as many grey hairs as Eddie now.
Not quite.
The emotion at the end when you were on the pit wall, it looked like Adrian was sort of wiping away a tear. Was that all because of the tough decisions that were needed before this race, and you know, with the tyre issues and the uncertainty of...
Well, there were some big decisions that needed to be made before the beginning of the race, and obviously Adrian takes the safety aspect massively seriously, and he was concerned this morning about the safety of those tyres going into the race. But after sitting down, spending time with the Pirelli engineers and technical team, they gave us more reassurance, more confidence. But ultimately, we had a choice either to start from the back of the grid or take the start on those tyres, and we felt with the information that we had, it was safe to start the race. But that's why we were quite conservative in the first stint, stopping the guys pretty early.
Christian, we know in the past you've made the drivers stay in station. At what stage were you going to do that today?
We didn't today. We could see we were under pressure behind from...
You didn't need to, but you were going to do it.
We weren't. Of course we weren't, Eddie. But we had a situation where obviously Jensen was pushing hard. He was on an option tyre. He was very quick at that stage of the race. Mark hunted down Fernando, passed him relatively easily. Easier than his first move on the outside into Eau Rouge. And we could see that Jensen was still very quick. So we just let the guys push all the way to the end of the race.
So you weren't going to do anything?
There was no need to even talk about doing anything today. It was total faith in both of them.
Good.
There's been times over the past 2.5 seasons that you guys have really dominated races, dominated weekends, and dominated the sport. How much satisfaction do you get from the fact that McLaren and Ferrari are falling over themselves to catch up with you, and when they have the pace, you're still able to pull out race wins?
I think, you must never underestimate, those teams. They're great teams with great people in them and huge histories, and we're still a relatively young team. So for us for everything to come together as it has this weekend, I think demonstrates the team and teamwork with the drivers, with the whole group, not just here but back in Milton Keynes, the performance of the car, operationally, the pit stops, the strategy, at its very best. And that's what we strive for, that's what we push for, and that's what we'll be trying to repeat in the remaining 7 races. But we take absolutely nothing for granted.
Of course not, although the fact that you're almost there. Niki Lauda just told us the title's over. You've won it already. So you may as well go and hang out on the beach until November.
Well, 7 races to go, still a lot of points,
of course
on the board. So, we take absolutely nothing for granted yet.
Okay, great. Thanks very much, Christian. And would you mind, as you exit, passing your microphone to Jarno Trulli? Is that okay?
Problem.
Thank you very much, because, of course...